My name's Karen Sheeder. I'm a community filmmaker from Hartlepool. With my company, Shoot Your Mouth Off, I'm trying to create an action film, the likes of which no one has ever seen before. At Shoot Your Mouth Off, we're always striving to engage an audience with films that entertain, as well as promote social change. It's this approach that's led us to spend 2 years of our lives developing a hugely ambitious project, Stranger Hero. Have you ever seen an action hero or a superhero with Down syndrome?
No. Yeah, I'd like to be one.
Sorry, you'd like to be one? Yeah. What if you could see a film or a TV programme that had that kind of action hero with Down syndrome? Would that be something that you'd really like to watch?
Direct you would. Yeah, would, yeah.
I'm travelling to Redcar to meet Jed Watts and his dad Pete. Jed's a goalkeeper with the Great Britain Special Olympics five-a-side team. He's off to the Shanghai Games later this year, but in the meantime he's working with Shoot Your Mouth Off as we attempt to create the world's first learning disabled kung fu action hero.
My name's Pete Watts. I'm Jed's dad. He was born in 1973, so he's 34 years of age now. Right, this is Jed's bedroom. And these are all his trophies. What are the trophies for, Jed? Are you going to show us them? Obviously, he's a natural athlete, and he's done swimming, and he's been to swimming galas. He's done athletics. He's been to Clairville, and he's got medals for athletics. We play football together, of course, and we've just kept an eye on him basically, just to make sure he doesn't go, too much overweight.
It's obvious that Jed's quite a quiet fella. He doesn't say a lot, does he? And you might wonder how anybody would know whether he really wants to do the Stranger Hero film.
Yeah, you're right, Karen. Yeah, Down's people and people with learning disabilities do try and accommodate you and say yes to anything you say. But I've asked him, and he's quite happy doing this. And he has got a stubborn streak, and I guarantee if he didn't want to do it, he would not do it.
Producing Stranger Heroes presented us with a unique set of problems. To our knowledge, there's no precedent for what we're trying to create. The solution we propose to turn Jed into Stranger Hero is to introduce him to people with experience and expertise in martial arts and on-screen fighting. To this end, we're taking Jed on the road to meet a boxer to help him learn how to punch, a kicking specialist, and an expert in on-screen fighting. We're counting on this training programme to give Jed the key to unlock the secrets that will turn him into an action hero. Otherwise, we're all screwed. Stranger Hero would be a tough job for a non-disabled actor in peak physical condition, but for an actor with learning difficulties, the challenge is enormous. And with just over 2 months until we go into production, the outcome is uncertain to say the least. If we're going to do this, we need to go to work. Hi, I'm Karen.
I'm Brendan.
This is Steve, director. This is Jed, who's going to be our Stranger Hero. We need somebody to show him the eye of the tiger.
You've come to the right place.
It's important that Jed really can become Stranger Hero, that he can actually perform the acts that he's required to do on screen. When he's actually there chinning ninjas on all sides, he has to look as though he can do it. Otherwise, people are going to realise that our positive representation is built on a lie of special effects and tricks.
Jed's physically, he's well built. He can do the physical side of it, no problem. The only problem is, of course, is with him being a little bit gentle. We may have to put a little bit more aggression into Jed.
We've brought him here to meet Frankie Wales, who's a boxing coach, who's going to teach Jed all about punching, and also to see if we can get a bit of aggression into gentle Jed.
If Jed believes in himself, then he can do anything he wants. He's physically able to do anything that I'm asking him to do. And what we'll try and do is try and get a little bit of aggression out of him. If we put him on the bags and let him bang away on the bags, and I'll do a couple of little drills with him, and we'll maybe get some of that aggression out of him.
What do you think about that? You're not scared? I'll be. Stranger Hero director Steve Carolyn was going to be training with Jed, but he's cracked his ribs, so now Jed's going to have to train alone.
Sorry, Jed.
Would you like to tell us something about how the idea for Stranger Hero came about?
Well, I've always loved Kung Fu films and always thought they were really entertaining, but in the sort of work we do where whose primary purpose is to promote disability equality, there's not really much reason to cram in Kung Fu. So there was never really an opportunity to do anything like that until, that is, we met Jed Watts. It was at the Special Olympics in Glasgow in the summer of 2005 that Jed first jumped out at us. Out of the thousands of athletes parading through Parkhead, there was just something about Jed. We thought he looked tough, like a Marine, like the film star The Rock. Jed's career as a goalie convinced us that he had the physical attributes to become Stranger Hero. The only thing he lacked was that crucial ingredient which no screen fighter can do without, the eye of the tiger.
That's it.
Get angry.
What do you think the danger is if we don't do this right and we fail?
I think that we'll have spent 2 years of our lives on a colossal and massively disappointing waste of time, and something that could actually lead to, you know, making the situation where we're trying to smash stereotypes of, you know, kind of pitiful learning disabled people, could just run the risk of actually perpetuating that by making Jed look as though he can't do it. There's going to be a lot of physical moves that Jed's going to have to learn in his role in Stranger Hero. What do you think is the best way for him to learn complicated movements and things like that?
Well, in the past when he's done parts from Phantom of the Opera and Joseph, he's actually done it himself, because what he does, well, I just buy him a DVD, or he buys himself a DVD, and he just watches it and he learns the choreography, and he just does it. I mean, he just takes it on board. I mean, and he just does it perfectly.
So just all the way there, but do this one kind of forcefully.
There's a lot of homework for Jed to do, practicing his basic punches and kicks. Training is a big commitment for both Jed and Pete. And over the next 8 weeks, it's only going to get more intensive.
Come on, keep going. Hands up.
With Jed's punching coming along nicely under Frankie's tuition, we thought it was time to bring in our next expert, Matt Fraser, a London-based actor and comedian who also happens to be a formidable martial artist.
Hey. Nice to see you. Nice to see you.
Matt, this is Jed.
Jed, pleased to meet you, mate.
Matt's going to be the one who's going to show you some power kicking. Okay?
Excellent. So you're up for a bit of kicking, yeah? All right, come this way. Let's get warmed up. Here we are. Your gym. I've been training in the kicking stuff for about 15 years. When I was 26, I moved to a rough area of London and was a little bit worried. There was a gang, and then the very next day I was in the sports centre doing swimming, and I saw an advert for Taekwondo, and I thought, oh, 2 and 2 equals 4, and I went along, and I had a natural talent for kicking because us short-armed lot, our legs are a little bit stronger and more flexible than most people. So I immediately thought, oh, I could be quite good at this, and started doing martial arts. Martial arts got me out of recreational drugs. Martial arts got me really flexible and gave me a better positive attitude about myself as a person. Nothing to do with the disability necessarily, although obviously one of the things disabled people are not meant to be able to do is defend themselves. And I can defend myself. And you might call me an overachiever or something, and some people might not like it, but I like the fact that I can defend myself and I'm disabled. It's not what people expect, and I'm bored with what people and their lack of expectations of disabled people. You kick me, I'm going to give you my leg to kick. Okay? Just give it a little dig now. Give it a little kick now. Okay, go on. That's it. Now actually kick my leg. Okay? You've got to actually kick the leg. Actually touch my leg when you kick. Don't worry, it won't hurt. Okay? I want you to do that. Now, I'm going to show you a bit of acting. I'm going to pretend that you've broken my arm. Go. You see what I mean? Immediately. Now, hopefully, that might look okay, apart from the bad acting. That might look okay. If I was going to kick you there, I would suggest a palm block. Put your hand there. Oh, yeah. Okay, now let's try that in slow motion. So hand down, hand down. I'm coming up, you're going to block. Bang. Yeah? Let's speed it up a bit. Bang. Hit my foot. Push it. Push it. There we go. Fists up. Look, that's it. You see, immediately, you look the business now. That's what we want. Come.
So you were talking about the low expectations that people have of disabled people, and what in our experiences is the expectations for people with learning disabilities are even lower from the rest of the world. And what we want to do with Stranger Hero is to kind of is to marry two disciplines in which they're not normally seen or expected to achieve, and that's martial arts and performing arts, really.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I totally agree with you. I mean, one of the things that really annoys me about the treatment, or you know, the way learning disabled people are presented, you know, don't get me wrong, I love contemporary interpretive dance where people are dressed in orange chiffon being the sky, right? But I also know loads of learning disabled people who laugh and fart and crap and drink and like everyone else, right? And that's what we want to see. Now, aggression is the one thing that it's not allowed or something, isn't it? And just looking at Jed there, you know, when we got him to do that, like to really look the part with his fists up, looking focused.
Yeah, a bit of a snarl.
Yeah, I tell you, he looks just as much any martial arts hero as anybody else I've seen. That is a man you do not want to mess with. Bang. Okay, so I'm going to go bang, push down, and then bang. Okay, that's what we're going to try. Cross the fingers. Here we go. Yeah! Boom!
Do you think that there will be a wider audience for something like Stranger Hero?
Do you know what? I really do. And I'll tell you why. Because it so confronts people's lack of expectations that it's actually quite shocking. Because I think people will totally take this on board and they'll get the gag. So I think you'll strike twice, right? You'll make a good film, you'll raise people's expectations of learning disabled people, both in performance and in the martial arts, and because it's so surprising to that, people might enjoy it and celebrate it. Yeah. I can imagine people laughing with pleasure at watching the thing that's shocking them.
What did you think of it?
It's alright.
It's alright?
Yeah.
Did you enjoy it?
Yeah.
And did you enjoy the boxing that we did on Saturday?
Yeah.
You don't think it's too hard then?
No.
And do you still want to do it? Do you still want to continue to be learning how to be Stranger Hero?
Yeah.
We were talking about the words that get used outside of this group sometimes to describe people with learning disabilities. Things like mong and retard and thick. How would you feel? How do you feel when you hear those things?
I think things like that. It's inside, yeah. And you feel like you're gonna sit down. How you feel? You born like that, eh? How you feel you born like that?
Do you feel violent?
Inside there, yes, inside there, yeah. Inside there. You do, yeah. When you do off, no mean, inside there. Your mind.
I should do this. You would bring me every year as well. Group to them, laugh in the faces and walk away.
going to do a little section of the choreography in slow motion with Frankie. And Jed, if you keep watching, you have to follow what Frankie's doing. Okay? Ready? Okay, Frankie?
Though the choreography is sometimes complicated and challenging, Jed's biggest problem is projecting an air of menace, without which he won't look intimidating or believable as an on-screen fighter. If we can't get him to maintain some consistency in his facial expressions and aggression in his actions, the whole illusion will be shattered and the film won't work.
If you come round here and just stand a bit further over there, Jed. Now watch from there. Keep an eye on Frankie's face when he does these moves, yeah? All right, Frankie? So we'll just go through one at a time. So watch his face all the time. So we go 1, 2, 3. Right. So his face. Hard block. Punch. That one. That one. Like that, yeah. Right. Now act it, Jed. Act it. So you go. When you grab it, like bang, bang. Right. Really act it. Mean. Go.
The problem that we have here is that Jed's a bit too tentative. He's too afraid of hurting anybody to look really convincing in the role.
Right, Jed, twist me down and then give the pad a kick. Good hard kick. Right, hard. Fast as well. Fast and hard. Harder. Right, hang on a sec. Frankie, will you just watch? Go and stand up there for a sec, Jed, and watch how hard Frankie hits this. This is what we need you to do, right? Hit it this hard. Ready, Frankie? See that? Yeah. Right, jump in quickly, Jed. Right, kick it.
With just over a month till we begin shooting, time is running out. This seems like the right moment to introduce Jed to stunt coordinator Chris Jones and his assistant Andy to see if they can help us bring out the worst in Jed.
Quite often, we'll go straight onto set and we'll have to work with an actor or an actress that's had no martial arts or any sort of combat training at all. The sort of challenges they face are, usually they're worried about hurting other people before themselves, and then secondly they're worried about hurting themselves. So we have to kind of work it into them, the idea that it is, whilst it is dangerous, it is controlled. It's not about hurting the other person, it's about looking as if you're hurting the other person or looking as if you're getting hurt yourself.
Okay, Jed, so what we're going to do now, we're going to do some film fighting techniques. Okay, take it nice and easy to start with, nice and steady, ease yourself into it. Ready, and go. 1, 2, and a kick. 3. Nice one, that's good. Should we try a little bit faster this time? 3, 2, 1, action. Very good, nice one. Excellent. Okay, Jed, so those were great techniques you did. Good punches, good kicks. Right, but we've really got to make those techniques look stronger. Not by trying harder with our hands and legs, but by using some facial expressions, so looking scary. Okay, like you're trying to scare Andy. Like big mean face. Okay, showing some teeth. On the kick, you did a really good facial expression. You look really mean. Do you think you could do that in those punches as well? Yeah. Really mean face. Ready? Oh, just like that. Fantastic. Keep that look. That's brilliant. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go. Good job. Fantastic. Well done. That's a nice one. Now we're going to go really fast. So we're going to do really good actions. Ready? Here it comes. Go. 1, 2. Good job. One more time. What we're going to do? We're going to do the same kick. And the same punch this time. Do you remember before when we were doing with the face, kicking in the face? So when I'm kicking and punching, even though you're doing a block, you've still got to look really mean at the same time. Ready, set, good job. Ready, here it comes. Kick 1, 2, good job. And again. 3, 2, 1, go. Block and punch, wrap around.
The skills and experience of Chris and Andy create an environment conducive to bringing out Jed's inner tiger. It's vital to us that Jed realises that it's okay to turn those expressions and actions on and off, and that he won't really hurt or offend anyone in the process.
Kick on the tummy. Kick on the head. Boom. That was good. Well done.
Well, thanks very much for that. I think it's been a real help. What do you think, Jed?
So well.
All right. Our time with Chris and Andy left us feeling confident that this could really work. We headed back to Redcar with a sense of eager anticipation to show Frankie Jed's newfound brutality.
People learn difficult, great people, but people who ridicule them, basically they're scared of them. They actually see them, and because they're not quite like us in visual effect or the way they talk, they just actually ridicule them. And if they could spend a little bit of time with people learning difficulties, I think the whole attitude will change. And I'm glad that like people like yourself who are making film, making people aware that, you know, Down syndrome, people learning difficulties, they can be useful in this kind of society, and they've got something to contribute.
After long months of planning, during which we met Jed, began his rigorous training schedule, travelled around the country meeting experts in various fighting disciplines, and wondered whether we really could pull this off, we are finally, ready or not, going to film Stranger Hero.
Stranger Hero, looking for someone? Your lazy friend, perhaps? Tricky little mongoloid, isn't he? Watch him! No! Kill him. Was that a bell? Ignore it. Kill him. Where do you think you're going, retard? I was just following orders.
Playtime's over, Stranger Hero!
As Jed's dad, obviously I'm over the moon. It's I mean, I think it's a fabulous achievement. I mean, I must admit, when I saw the film for the first time, a bit of a lump in the throat business, you know what I mean? But to me, what I'm pleased with for our Jed's sake, he's not only doing it for himself, he's doing it for other people with learning difficulties. And this may bring people who are sceptical about people with learning difficulties more into line of how seeing them as they really are. But yeah, for Jed himself, I mean, I can't speak highly of him for the work he's put in, and I think it's brilliant.
What do you think of the finished film, Jed?
Not bad.
Not bad.
Not bad.
2 years work and it's not bad.
That's an understatement.
Playtime's over, stranger hero!
It's almost a year since we completed filming the first episode of Stranger Hero and the documentary Strangerous Pursuits. The films have been shown at numerous festivals both in the UK and internationally, but the undoubted highlight was the opening of XO8 at the National Film Theatre. We're ramping up to produce 2 further episodes which will broaden the story and introduce new and exciting characters. With little over a month before production begins, it's time for Jed to get back at training. So Frankie, having been involved in training Jed to be fit for the first episode of Stranger Hero, what did you think of the finished result?
I was actually really impressed with it. It's, not knowing a great deal about filming, just to actually see everything come together. I was really impressed in the way Jed kept persevering when things went a little wrong, but he kept sticking at it and working through. Throwing some upcuts, bend at the neck, drag one.
Providing opposition to Stranger Hero in episode 2 is a cast of villains including the return of the bell ringer, a fearsome pack of elite gas mask killers and Matt Fraser, heroic disability activist and recidivist punchbag muncher.
I think it's great. I mean, obviously it would have been nice to work with you earlier, but I think, well, you know, some things are meant to be, and this is the perfect vehicle, isn't it? You know, I love doing the kick fighting, kung fu stuff. You've got Stranger Hero, the series developing. It's great to work with Jed. Jed's into kung fu. You know, you guys, Steve and Dale and yourself, Karen, and everybody else involved. Shoot your mouth off. The project, it's just perfect for me. So I'm just thrilled.
Would you like to do some more?
I'd love to do some more. Hell, I'd like to be, you know, a regular character in it. You know, you should have a series of them on telly.
When Jed is fighting Matt, he's mainly going to be blocking high kicks and returning with back fists. So if we practice now, Jed, doing a high block and following up with a back fist, and Frankie, if you throw, say, just a right hook at Jed blocks with just a high block, like a standard karate block like that. Harder, Jed. Good. That's better. Now get your face on as well while you're doing it, Jed, your mean face, yeah? Good. Now, Jed, try and do that on the side of Frankie's head.
Yeah.
Right, it's not going to hurt him. Do it on mine again. Harder, harder, faster and harder. Faster, harder. Right, it doesn't hurt. So don't worry about hurting him, yeah? You're just going to make it look tough. That's it, that was better. That's it, Jed, good. Lean there. Like you're hitting the bag. Frankie's got a head like a medicine ball.
The first involvement was Peter mentioned that these 3 people had selected Jed from highlighting him and from the Olympic Games some years ago. His face stood out apparently, and they thought, right, that's the guy for this film. To me, it brought out something in Jed that we hadn't seen before.
Matt Fraser said, it's lovely to see people with learning difficulties dressed up in blue and white and acting as the sky and clouds, but there's more to them than that. You know, they do have emotions, they do get angry, they can lose a temper, they can be They can be just as human as we are. You know, there's no difference with that.
Jed doesn't talk too much, so we've been doing a lot of work on projection, clarity and delivery.
Right, Jed, we're going to go through a couple of your lines, loudest voice if you can. Right, here we go. I have to be back.
I have to go back.
No, I have to be back.
So,
Be back.
Be back.
I'm taking your food.
I'm taking your food.
Go away.
Go away.
You can't make me.
You go eat me.
You can't make me.
No.
You
can't
and make
me.
you're fat.
You're fat.
And that's it, Jeff.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Good. That's
Excellent.
brilliant. That's really come along, isn't it? We'll leave that for the time being, Jed. Will you jump up and we'll do a bit of fight rehearsals? Ready, Jed? So go. That's just going.
Although the general comments about Stranger Hero have been mostly positive, we've had some negative feedback. SYMO has been targeted, along with other producers of learning disability video, by a malicious commentator. Whoever dressed up monks and filmed them as a genius. Now I don't have to walk past my local care home to watch the spackers.
That's a problem.
Terrible.
That is a problem.
Why waste taxpayers' money keeping these retards alive? We should harvest them for their blood and organs.
He's got a serious problem, this fella, and whoever it is. What do you say they call him again, Kevin?
The Illuminati.
Yeah, it's nice to hide behind names, isn't it?
Somebody should find this fella and just say you want to thank God if he's a normal bloke, because he's sick in the head.
You've heard about the guy, the Illuminati, who's been making comments about some of our films.
I think when you try and change the mould, which is what you guys are doing with disability and portrayal, obviously you ruffle a lot of feathers, and some people like this ridiculous Illuminati person. You know, you're bound to get these fascistic, idiotic comments about, you know, put us all to sleep and kill us and all the Nazi stuff that we're well used to hearing in the crap. It's a shame that they've got, you know, I personally believe in free speech, so I'd rather have to deal with these people than them never do it, but it's a shame that they do it. And you know, I mean, classically, somebody like that, it's all very well for them to type away in their little bedroom of hatred, isn't it? But, you know, let them come down onto the film set, we can talk to them in person.
Just can't work it out.
Because the sickos, Pete, aren't they?
Yeah, but it's a terrible reflection of what people are thinking.
Well, it's the world we live in, isn't it?
Yeah,
Full of evil.
What we're doing is we're trying to sort of show somebody who's like sick of being trod down and treated like this.
Yeah.
And he gets his own back, and we're trying to show somebody a position of strength.
Yeah.
Now, I think this is our answer to why the film is brutal and why he behaves in this manner.
Yeah.
Because there are really people out there who talk like this.
Yes, and behave like
this.
Yeah. See, he's seeing people through a different pair of eyes, isn't he? I mean, he's not seeing it through the eyes that we're seeing it through, is he? He's got this, well, I don't know, warped, some sense of warped reality that he's, you know, these people aren't...
That is true, because what he's saying on another comment here is he thinks that people like share, you know, everybody shares his opinion. It says, why did I not see any school children spitting on the mong and throwing things at him?
And the only thing is, you can't afford to get angry with these people because it's worse than them, isn't it? You know, you've got to feel sorry for them.
I think you can get angry with them, but you channel your anger.
Yeah.
So another way.
Another way, yeah, I agree. Yeah.
That is diabolical, that.
It is bad, I must admit. It's quite shocking, actually, when you read it the first time.
Here we are outside Kindling. We're about to do the first practice shoots for Stranger Hero episode 2, but there have been a few changes since episode 1, and we've got a new Stranger Hero. Ta-da!
It's the first day of the shoot for Stranger Hero episode 2, and we've done a fair bit of filming this morning, only to discover that the camera has been putting glitches over all the footage, which means that we've had to swap cameras and try and get everything the same as it was before. Not sure yet whether it means that everything has to be recorded again, but it is a major blow considering we've only got till 9 o'clock tonight.
And this is the camera in question. It's been filming everything perfectly for the last sort of 2 or 3 months, and now I just feel like punting it over the railway line. 3, 2, oh, hold on, someone walking by over there. Welcome back! Alright, 3, 2, 1, action. I don't know, one more time.
Is it come out?
Yeah.
So I can spin inwards and out.
Has anybody got any tissue? I don't want to. This is why I just want to spot it. You know when I get up, I have no space. Is the lamp off though? Just 2 pictures. Right. Those, even the second one, I think we should do from a slightly low angle, looking up with the sky in the background, and we'll fill it with light.
It's going okay. The light isn't as nice as it was the other day. It's just starting to brighten up a little bit, and we're only about 10 feet from a dual carriageway where everybody seems to be out burning along, testing their turbos out.
Nice.
Like I said, when the guy was meant to hit me, he was meant to punch me, like, bam! And do a cross, and he went bam, and he pushed me first because that's what he obviously does when he's working the doors. It unsettles people, and then he can just knock them out. But he actually did it to me, and I was like, slow, cut. And the other thing is, you can't act if you're worried that the bloke's actually going to hit you. You can't give your energy to the acting of taking the punch because there's a little bit you think, they didn't have a license.
That's fine. Maybe it's Maybelline. So it is Maybelline.
Is this my mask?
Got all around.
We start, Jed. Leave it out.
Leave it out. That's it.
Keep leave it there. No, leave it there, Jed. Just when we say, just leave it there. Don't move it. Stay there, right? Until we say go, then bring it back. Right. So leave it there. You ready then? So 3, 2, 1, go. Alright. Okay, Jed. You punched again.
Oh yeah.
Right. So Jed, arm out. Space, just put your arm straight out.
Arm out, straight out. Jed, do your arm. Your arm straight out. That's it. Perfect. There we go.
And just leave it there. Leave it there. Don't move it until we say go, right? Then just back into there. Okay.
Up a bit, Jed. Yeah, that's it.
That's it.
I think actually on the shot it looks as though he's hitting the like what's that face?
No, I mean we can't use any of this. It's just so there's
right, yeah,
okay.
okay.
Any shoulder.
So when he says action, Jed, pull your arm back really hard.
Really
don't
fast.
throw another punch.
Okay, ready? So 3, 2, 1, go.
I've tried to be nice. Yeah. It's nice doing dramatic scenes with Jed as well. Like yesterday we did all the tension stuff and the drama and the talking to each other. Today's obviously the fighting. No, I think it's a great series, Stranger Hero. And somebody should just come along, fund you guys to do like 10 episodes over 2 years or something.
Although then it might get taken out of our hands, mate.
Well, that's the problem. I suppose if it goes to a really big budget, it might get taken out of your hands. I think what you should do is continue. You should start, they're just hosing down a dead person over there. You should start inviting like celebrities to, you know, like Batman, the first series of Batman, and they'd crawl up the wall and then the famous person would stick their head out and go, Batman, Robin, what are you doing here? That's kind of like a convention that you could start having, and I'm sure a lot of people would like to be in the Stranger Hero films.
Yeah.
Thinking about the lack of budget and the fact that there isn't a Winnebago for me and all that rubbish. If it's a good project, people will do it. That's why I'm here. Yeah. And I bet a lot of people would do it. You should go straight to the top. Ask Jean-Claude Van Damme or something.
Yeah. Good. Bang on.
Now, one way or the other, you're coming with me.
You can hear in the background now. There's a constant roar of traffic from the dual carriageway over there, that meant that all of the audio that we recorded yesterday was unusable. So Matt came to Kindling last night and we recorded some overdubs of all of his dialogue, and it was actually really incredible to watch how he synced up his words with what was happening on the screen. It was quite a strange experience to hear the voice behind you and see the face in front of you.
Stranger! Stranger!
That was mint.
The police will be right. This is the last day of the current shoot for Stranger Hero, and the weather is absolutely appalling. Grey lowering skies and drizzle and wind. And this actually given us a new set of problems, because where we were going to film was in this courtyard, which would have been a great backdrop, but because of the weather we've had to move it undercover, and we're going to be filming over there, which obviously is darker and has to be lit and all of that, so just another little obstacle on the road to making this.
Are you ready? Are you sure?
Yeah.
Are you warm enough?
To be daft.
We thought filming here in the wilds of Grangetown.
1, 2, 3, action!
We thought that the main problem might be David. I'm trying to talk to the camera here.
Hang on. Action.
Right, we thought that filming here in the wilds of Grangetown, the main problem would be no good, is it? First of all,
weed all over me hand.
First of all, David was shouting at you, then you were shouting back at him.
Okay, set it up. He was telling me to shut up as I was coming close, and I just thought, no, I'm telling everybody about your bad conduct.
We thought that one of the problems we'd have filming here in the wilds of Grangetown might be gangs of knife-wielding chavs coming and trying to nick our cameras and stuff and poking fun at us. But actually, it's just the atrocious weather, which has meant that, like I said before, we've had to move everything inside, but also that everyone's absolutely freezing, and we having to cover David and Jed up between shots to make sure they don't get hypothermia. And I think the crew were pretty near frozen as well, so it's a great experience all round when you could be sat in front of the telly watching EastEnders on a Sunday afternoon.
So all this is, Jed, is you just have some more beans, have another mouthful of them, and then as David sits down.
Lock the focus after you see.
We've just come to the station to pick up Marcus, and I think it's fair to say that we've got a pissed off ninja on our hands.
Yes, I'm really not happy. Hartlepool might as well be the moon on a Sunday trying to get here. It's just, I'm tempted to swear a lot. Oh, fuck it. If there was ever an endorsement for learning to drive, getting a car and polluting the planet, this is it. Well, here we are in a car park. There's some trolleys.
Hello, Sleeve.
Right, I've been round once already and I've already asked you to move on. Can you please move on again?
Oh, we've just been properly told off by that security gaddy over there. So we're going to have to nash before they get the law on us.
Getting hot, Del?
Getting hot. Yes. Can't work even watching these. That looked good to me.
It did look good, man. I just liked the leg to sweep more through the frame. And the other ones, it's got this big arc on it that's really nice. It's almost like, even if it looks unnatural, like because Chris is there and you would stop it there, it almost needs, rather than kick you there, it's like you have to kick there.
It's brilliant having Matt involved. I think his performance as a professional actor lifts the whole thing. Stunt lads, it's really nice to have them back with us after last year, and they seem to have got even more springy and bendy and all that, if anything.
Okay, good rotation on the floor. I think you try again this time. Your arms as close as you can. Alright? Turn round. Nearly. Just this one arm's coming out a little bit. What about this? Try this for me. Hold your arms. Now try it. See if you can do it without putting your arms out. Go on then. Perfect. Now, this time, instead of having them folded, bring them in so they're touching like this. Don't let them come out. Ready? Yeah. Go. Keep them touching. Perfect.
Woo! Brilliant.
Got it. There. Good job.
Jed's been doing really well. He's got more dialogue in this one. So it's, I think that, it's a challenge to get that and get it convincingly.
Me and Jed, what are you going to do? Carry me?
Whatever we do, come on me.
Right. What are you going to do?
What's good you do?
Carry me?
Come on me.
One of my biggest fears, although Steve was kind of saying, unless it's like really driving rain, we'll continue anyway, and I was kind of thinking, oh God, that's going to be really miserable, especially for the people who need to be sort of on the floor all the time, like Del, sort of grubbing around in the mud. I think it may well have been a different shoot. And for that reason, we might not have been so willing to retake until we got it perfect. But they seem to get high doing it. I mean, literally, but as well, they seem to get like an adrenaline rush or something. It's amazing.
I was stitching up there.
Sorry.
2, 1.
Brilliant. Hold that pose just for a second.
No, 2, 3, 2, 1, action.
It's him! Keep it going.
You've just been kicked in by just about everybody. How are you feeling?
Like shit. How do you think?
Right, who's taking the picture?